Good morning, everybody out there in TV land. It is your girl here doing early morning chaos comms. Welcome to Hyrulean bracket action brought to you here live on SpeedGaming. So we have our 21st seed DJ going up against our 44th seed Rywek. And oh baby, I am so excited about this. This is Random Force. And you know when you get Random Force, it gets the blood pumping. We always hope for a 5 Triforce, and joined by Mako. Yay, he has arrived. Mako, how are you, friend?
Morning, Krista. How are you doing?
I am doing good. And you know, chat is making me feel extra special because they do know me as a Super Mario Brothers commentator as well. So they were like, yeah, if it says Mario, we know it's going to be Chris here. And oh, look at where we are starting off so far, Mako. Nice start area.
Yeah, I'd say anytime you get a start, it's kind of in the middle. You got all your options versus down in the bottom left or bottom right. So, yeah, we'll see how our runners manage this. Likely checking all open caves, making their way to a couple Armos, and we find a take any hard on Rywek's side.
Yeah, and you love to see that as early as possible, especially if we come across that white sword item. And if the white sword item is something combat related, then our runners are going to be in good shape right now because we see Lionel's and Goria's out in the wild.
Yeah, and you know what? For about 12 and a half seconds, Rywek had the heart container lead over chessjerk. So mark that down in the record book. As we all know, chessjerk loves finding his hearts.
Yes. And we have chat already hoping for the best dream, which is double banana 9. And, you know, as a bananasaur, which you already know, Mako, that is always a wonderful thing. But I would like to see some banana action early on so they would actually pick it up.
Yeah, it's about the only time it's typically picked up is early in a race. So we shall see if either banana comes into play at all. And
Yeah.
chessjerk resetting this. This is, they call it Death Armos. This right here is about as bad as it can get, short of Wizrobes. And we find the candle shop, which is very important because in these flags, you must buy a candle or find a red candle. As you maybe noticed earlier in the Take Any Cave, no extra candles on in this flag set.
Not at all. So normally you would see it where you get your, Take Any for the wood sword item. And at least for some of the flags I've played in the past. But man alive, this here, it's not exactly a cheap candle.
No, but good news for the runners, at least, it's not the rare shop. Now, the rest of them could all be under burn bushes or elsewhere, but finding it in more than one location is always good, so you don't have to hustle all the way back to Death Armos with your 79 rupees.
Here we go. Rywek helps everyone out with the Vanilla 3, First Quest 3 location, having that 79 buck candle. So you will never have to see Death Armos ever again, Mako. That is pretty good news.
Well, I don't think Rywek did ultimately get to check it. He noped out on half a heart and went and saw the fairy fountain. So we may actually see Rywek back on that screen at some point. We'll see, as chessjerk is making his way up through the cemetery, and Rywek is right behind him.
All right, looks like a $30 mid prize. I think it's an because we all know so that probably a stray mugger or so will probably take that 30 bucks and just a couple of screens. Because that is the way that Z1 Rando works. You know, the muggers don't come when you're broke. No, they have to wait until you actually get something, which kind of hurts your soul.
That's a good way of putting it. And we see the power bracelet at the normal Armos power bracelet spot in Vanilla 1. So, and chessjerk does take a hit, unfortunately. Every once in a while, you tick off the Armos and they go with rupee speed and can outrun you. Not a bad place to take a death, though. We'll see chessjerk looks like going to head to Eastern Hyrule.
Now, I could be just having one of those days, but I think I saw, instead of a putty cat, I saw $30 bombs.
Oh,
no.
They were 30. Yeah, and we've got a level 1 on chessjerk's side. We've got a level 6 on Rywek's side. So, probably not going to get a whole lot of movement in these dungeons. Again, finding free things on the floor as chessjerk is getting 2 keys. And we'll see and how much progress they're able to make here. Ultimate goal, though, find a sword.
Absolutely. And Rywek going into 6 with a letter just means that all he can do is show a hall pass and hope they let him go. And that is absolutely not going to happen. So Rywek is out of 6.
And unfortunately, we do have a segmented level 1. I thought chessjerk was going to get lucky here with an item here in this staircase. So we'll see. Yeah, this is not... You got to play the bubble bounce here to get around these guys. chessjerk doing a good job, and the Gibdos cooperated.
Yeah, and to see 2 key doors just sitting, well, another key. Oh my goodness. This is a key happy in terms of usurping your keys.
Yeah, and Rywek does buy the bombs, and we did see, I think, Krista, you prefer to call it meat on a stick.
Yes.
With the cheap price in there here today.
And you know what's always pleasant, Mako? Walking down the stairs, not bothering a soul and just getting Lionel'd. You know, we're not going to say anything else. It's just Lionel'd. It hurts so bad because there's nowhere you can go and you can't take it because you have no
banana could come into play, right? The banana could freeze them and allow you to pass safely. So
see, this is why you speed run getting bananas, folks. And that's what my public service announcement of the day is.
Yeah, and you know, if you look at this overworld set with the Lionels and Gorillas, it's about as bad as it can get. You know, anything that's throwing the projectiles at you on the overworld early game with very little health, no offense, can slow runners down. So, not surprised to see a couple of valiant deaths here early on.
Absolutely. This, you know, the only thing that could make this a worse overworld is if we add our Wizzy friends. Because, you know, Wiz robes and Lionels, everything just hurts and you hate to see it. But I
think we saw them in the dungeon on Rywek's side, so not today, but our runners will have to deal with them at some point. So
yeah, so you know, the fact that they're there, we haven't seen any bunnies in the wild, so you know, they're all probably chilling at Vtorp's house right now, but most likely than not, they're gonna probably be dungeon enemies, which will make you feel really bad.
Yeah, you know, it always depends on what offense you have. They could be the easiest enemy in the game if you've got the right combat advantage for them, but completely agree, they can be a pain.
See a bow and arrow early for these runners today. I don't see it.
No, probably not. You never know. chessjerk and Rywek both in level 8 here at the same time. And chessjerk has been finding keys, it seems like, in every room he goes in, and I just cursed him into another one. So, that's a huge early game advantage when you can have 4 keys in your inventory and decide to start mapping out which dungeons you're going to take out. So, early advantage on chessjerk's side, but Rywek with 2 keys of their own.
Yeah. So early keys are always good, like you said, and the fact that they're not level specific like Z3, it's always a good thing. Because I was just playing my Z3 seed Mako, and boy, is it a hot level of hot garbage. In which I'll probably send it to Rick so he can enjoy my blessed mode, which is extremely difficult. Oh no, another mugger room. $16 from CJ.
Yeah, it's going to be a grind here to get up to 79 rupees for that candle. This chessjerk does do the money-making game.
And lost $2. So this is not as bad as it could be.
Now down to the single rupee. Yeah, 1 rupee and 0 rupees respective on both sides. And don't look, folks, but yet once again, Rywek with the heart advantage over CJ.
It is the 1 rupee to protect, and unfortunately, that rupee got yoinked too, Mako. Oh man.
Yeah, dare I say, early game is poverty stricken. So, and we still haven't seen the large.
Everyone in chat, we're gonna host a GoFundMe for our runners right now because they are broke at you, and that is some hard feelings, especially when you know where your blue candle is and you want to torch everything in the woods. We gotta get a GoFundMe right now for them, Mako.
Oh, there's the large at 97. So, see what Rywek chooses to do. You've got 2 primary objectives here. Don't lose that money and find a wood sword and get your candle, as we do find the white sword item is the raft today.
Well, now I would be rushing back with the amount of money I have on Rywek's side. I would get Lionel'd. I know it may delay the checks over here a bit, but
Gets more money though too, so in pretty decent shape now. Is 34 seconds ago had 0 rupees and now is up to 190. Unfortunately for chessjerk, not going to get that large or that medium, as takes another death on the overworld, and Rywek joining him on the bus back home.
Yep. And that is not what you want to see, especially when you laid the bomb out. But I foresee Rywek going to get that blue candle.
Yeah, and you'll see he's going. Yeah, he's going right to it. Looks like chessjerk going to take the any roads.
Because at least you can burn something to keep it away. Use it as a one-time defense item.
Doesn't like to pick up some more bombs. Do like that purchase. I don't like that purchase because he just took himself out of the ability to buy that candle. I'm a little surprised about that decision.
Would not have gotten the bomb purchase. I would have gotten waiting until I don't think you realized it was 79.
I think you're right. I mean, I'd even reset here. You need that candle way more. You may not get a bow for another hour. You need the candle.
Yeah. I would have went candle first. All right. So we need $1 more. $1. Come on. Because now you have to expend those bombs.
Yeah, bomb those levers. He just missed a chance. The red levers are money droppers, and Okay,
Yeah,
well he did the octos instead, but it'll work out for him.
yeah. Octos are usually poor boys. They'll drop a single, but the levers, man, they are usually stacked for the most part.
Yeah, I remember that as a kid in Second Quest, just trying to get through with money. Always seemed to be a key short, and always hit up the red levers and the blue tektites.
So we do have blue candle now. We're gonna start burning trees here in the poop woods because these brown leaves are just poop-tastically awful.
I've never heard it called that, so I learned something
Well,
new here at 10:30.
it's technically the Lost Woods,
But we
but
do get a wood sword here on chessjerk's side. Kind of surprised. I do remember now what happened. He died on the screen to the left of that cave, so.
okay, so far. Yeah, if I was Rywek, I have no shame in my game, but I don't like being on diet life, and there's a fairy that's literally right there. I think I would go full fairy. And $4 for the small Mako.
Yeah, good news. Rywek does have some of those major purchases out of the way, but if the seed forces you to buy a key or bomb upgrades, or if he's interested in a ring, it can be a little more difficult. But it's all the timing, right? It really is. It doesn't even matter what the money is. It's when you're finding it and when you're hitting door repairs and all that fun stuff. And
It's
chessjerk now,
actually
see if they
90
use
some odd bucks.
go back to level 1. I could see chessjerk perhaps trying to make that first play here with 4 keys and a wood sword. But gonna check the power bracelet spot here first.
Mako, did you see the price of the key?
No, I did not. I was on chessjerk.
108.
Yeah, well, that's the expensive one.
Man, this
bit
is
rich.
like the Nordstrom of keys, man, where you got to pay the upcharge. Yeah, join Amazon and get you a discount key from a bootleg person.
Well, there's the 79 is
$79.
the cheap one, and that one's 2 screens from start. So my guess is they'll go to Walmart instead of Nordstrom's.
You know, you got to go full discount. So, because I mean, you got oh, wait a second. So we have. It looked like $27 blue potion and 70 some odd dollar red potion. So you know what we're gonna do today if we're buying potions.
We find level 7 on Rywek's side.
So near but so far away in ladder.
Typically not a dungeon you want to see early without an A button being useful.
Yeah.
And we find our item in the staircase, and it's a heart for CJ. Gotta have heart, and will allow him to pick up that raft when he's back over near the white sword item.
Yeah, Kaye. And we do have a bunny there, which wood sword bunny is not a pleasant feeling there, Mako.
No, you may want to. It's really the bubbles that are going to get in the way more than anything in this. But CJ, it's a real treat to watch his combat skills and navigate around here, doing an excellent job.
Yes. Also, mags located for Rywek, and we're getting Rywek's wood stick, so we're happy.
And we get another. No, this room is a bit nastier with the blue dark nuts.
Yeah, those are. Ooh. This is really kind of a not very baby seedish group of enemies in one. Usually you want to see the lowest tier enemies where you're not having to expend out a whole lot of bombs to kill them. And we've got Gibdos, so those aren't too bad. They're very mild enemies.
Yeah, it's just their HP's typically a bit higher than the rest, and some people do hug them from time to time and take some damage. Oh, and perfect for chessjerk. Arguably one of the best things you could get right now is that red candle. So
Yeah, because
repeatable
he
offense
can
and
get
does
it.
not need to spend the 79 rupees.
Yeah. So that's a very good find.
So we got one more item in here in level 1.
Yeah.
It
Should
will
be
be
the
a floor item.
staircase. Oh.
The staircase was the heart.
Oh, that's right. It was. Ew. Okay, so we're gonna have to murderize a bunch of enemies to find the next item. And holy moly. Both floor items are amazing. Red candle and the step ladder.
Yeah, that's huge. And the bow being over on the coast. See? chessjerk obviously does not have anything to fire, nothing in his quiver yet, but knowing he doesn't have to buy a blue candle can work his way up to getting some wood arrows.
But you know who does have arrows? Rywek.
Does take another valiant death in the process.
Yes, Dark nut hugs are those hugs that you really don't want. They're those 3 a.m. in the morning hugs where you're just trying to get home and some rando just hugs you, and you have all regrets of all your life's decisions, and that is what a dark nut hug feels like. And I see that Rywek just noped out of that room.
I don't know the last time I had a rando hug at 3 a.m. Maybe when I was in my 20s, but I like the analogy.
I come up with the most random analogies, You gotta be rando. Rando is randoing even with my commentary.
Yeah. That's a good one. And she's just gonna find the cheap key shop here.
Alright, Rywek going for the enhanced life. We're going back in there because Rywek needs to get his 3 Wonder Twin power activate items and go in there and take care of business. Yeah, continue to note, when a blue dark nut wants to ask you to party, you got to say no. You got to say no.
Yeah. A hug at 3 a.m., typically not a good decision if it's a rando person, but we'll see where chessjerk elects to go here. Does have sticks up in the cemetery if he works his way around. There isn't any road up there, too. We'll see. Dungeon knowledge, he knows 6 and he knows 8. He has not seen 7 yet that Rywek has.
Yeah, but the one thing we need to see is 9 so we can see how many Doritos will it take to enter Casa de Bacon. And how much are you hoping for, Mako?
I'm hoping for let's say the hard 8 this morning. Let's put a full workout in.
Believe in the gambler. And plus, we all know that 5 Doritos is a blessed amount. Right, Mako? Wink, wink.
Sure.
Chat, are you trying to say that 5s are cursed? How could you?
It's just it brings so much more variability into the seed when it's 5, and quite honestly, a lot of luck can come into play. I kind of like seeing the full required completion, just personal
Want the
opinion.
full money. Oh, baby.
Oh, there's
So,
level 1. It's like we got a bed with a chest of drawers next to it.
my statement is a Monka TOS, and it's too early for my vision right now. But just know that if you see it, you see it. But
Yep.
all right, we're getting our stairway card here. And now it's time for Rywek to murderize everything in one to get the 2 good items, Red Candle and the Step Ladder of Glory.
Yeah, we're getting some good suggestions in chat. Alternatively, it's 2 cactuses. Or 2 cacti, I should say.
A shoe next to a shoebox. And a baby crawling. A knight who has fallen after getting their head chopped off in a battle. That's a big-headed knight, Jam. Wow. Well, that's probably why he lost, Mako. He got a big target there. It's going to get whop, 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 whop. So, yeah, understandable. Understandable.
Rywek doing a good job here trying to get out of this room. Just one bunny, but again, the bubbles seem to be the biggest culprit here.
Chat is saying that the knight is actually Darth Helmet from Spaceballs. Okay, chat, I'll roll with you. I will go 100%. Oh no.
That poor bunny's stuck in the wall.
I know. He is being the gatekeep of all gatekeeps. Come on, bunny, work with it. Okay, there we go. Bunny cooperated a little bit more.
It's good for chessjerk. I believe this is the large secret he's going to find here. And now can pick up those wooden arrows. After we're going to go ahead and check the waterfall area, the river spots, and see what he stumbles across. And going to go ahead and buy a blue potion.
He can 2 blue potions for a total of $54 to save $20 off the red one. But are we gonna math today, Mako?
No. I've only had 1.5 cups of coffee. There will be no math on my side. Chat is always very good at keeping track of the money and the door repair charges, so we'll leave it up to them.
Okay. But see, I know Rick would have gotten the 2 blue potions to make a red.
Yeah, Tracy brings up a good point. She mentions this a lot in comms. Like, you don't need to go back in for the blue. You're gonna stumble on another potion shop, and therefore you'll just pick it up at that point if you choose to do so.
Considering I'm usually on diet life, I better get it while I can. The small secret is whopping.
Oh, there we go. chessjerk does get
$4.
those wood arrows, so has white sword wand level damage for certain enemies. And there you go, Krista, meat on a stick.
Yeah. Yes, we are gonna have barbecue tonight. Woo!
Meat on a stick is kind of like a corn dog or a shish kebab, right?
Heck no! I'm going for the full, meat on a stick. Get you a big old hunk of meat, just like it's the Flintstones, and you're gonna put that bad boy on the grill and smoke it. Not that type of smoke, though, chat. I know where you're going with it, because it's me who said it. But you're gonna put that in the smoker, and you're good to go.
I can Instacart one of those big signs of Brontosaurus or whatever they're eating in the Flintstones, and maybe throw it on the smoker here this afternoon. So this level 1 is really, just trying to do a comparison of the runners right now. CJ worked their way through this level 1 a lot quicker than Rywek. Now, Rywek got everything he needed out of here. But when you're looking at the time and who's ahead and what's going on, during that time of level 1, chessjerk's been able to get a lot more overworld cleared. So, and there's the second potion purchase. And that really just comes down, again, CJ is one of the best in the community at combat, and you just see it on display there. Because I think Rywek was in that one for probably about 5 or 6 minutes. But we'll see how it all plays out. And we find level 4 down on the southern coast.
Yeah. So far, Triforce Room offering a map.
And we've got a slightly deformed Q2 level here, if you look at the ink blot. Q2 level 2, yep. Went to spawn. Oh, uh-oh. Sorry, Krista. Not going to see a boomerang pickup. And we do have the Wiz robes. Now, I've been hearing people call him Uncle Wizzy, so I'm curious, are the red ones uncles and the blues aunts? Or, I don't know how that worked. But
wow, CJ deliberately walking around the banana. The sacred, blessed banana. Oh, heresy, I say. And we get the second blue for Rywek. No, first blue.
Oh, CJ pushing. There's like no question he's going to dig out this staircase heart container if given the chance.
Now that you say Uncle Izzy, I'm not looking at chat right now, but they probably have the answer. But there was a movie with Weird Al Yankovic in it. It was UHF, I think it was called. Yeah, I think that had an Uncle Wizzy in it. So.
Gotcha. All right, CJ does get his heart. I am sure he is happy about that. Up to 7 total in the heart lead. Now just looking for the Triforce here at level 4.
Look at that. Oh, red candle supremacy right now. Rywek getting his second blue. Nobody fell for the $74 scam there, Mako.
No, and you do see we do have a Stick Dogger in level 4, making their first appearance of the morning.
See, I'm calling them Wizzies. I didn't even think about the UHF reference. And I like calling them Wizzies because your life whizzes past when they shoot you and you lose like 3 to 4 heart containers and you're like, ha, ha. Especially if you're on a green mail.
Okay, good job for CJ. The danger noodles cooperated. Oh! Now that is not a room. Unfortunately, it is level 4. That maze room does drop in 4. Gonna be really hoping that's not the Triforce room.
Yeah. But that imagine if it was, though. It would be making you work. See, you got to put in that work, Mako.
Yeah, I think you leave it. If you get a compass that tells you that's the room, I think you just bail. You don't even know if it's required yet. Oh, and there you go. And I do like CJ with the ladder, but choosing to walk around the water. Always a good sign.
Would be in there duking it out with them, because as a person from Florida, we believe in taking out the. Come on, Rywek. Come on, you want to. God dang it. Everybody's breaking my heart right now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, much sadness, I can tell.
Well, we can just say that canonically, Mako would have picked it up. Yes, that is my head canon right now. Mako would never dodge the banana. No.
30 minutes in, when you've got wood arrows and red candle, I hate to break it to you, but Krista, I probably would have walked around it. Now, don't kick me out of the broadcast booth.
It's okay. I will take and nurse my wounds. Nurse my wounds. See, at least Pleco. See, Pleco and I are sisters from Mario. So she knows that, when I'm on comms, it's always good to pick up the meme item. We always pick it up. Even in Mario, everybody, will play with meme things. In fact, do you know they created a skin based off of me, Mako?
No, I'm not aware. I did not know that.
Yes. If you see someone playing Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer, and you see all the enemies shooting hearts, that is based off of a commentary I did a while back.
I have seen that. I think I asked Pleco about that at one point when I was watching some.
Yes, that was
3,
me,
yeah.
the genesis of that.
Okay, and here we go. I was a little nervous about CJ's side, who's frozen there on the big secret.
I have sprites Pleco created after me. The Guma sprite in Z2, the River Devil sprite in Z2. Yes, there are plenty of sprites that come from me.
And we do find level 8 now. Both runners were in 8 earlier with no offense, and we do find an early push block here in level 8. And it's the any key, so excellent to be getting here. No more key problems for chessjerk.
Yeah, this is absolutely the best find that you can get right now.
And as chat points out, yes, the any key is in vanilla first quest level 8. Well, and for that matter, second quest level 8 as well. And of course, for his efforts, it's a nice key drop after picking up the any key.
And picked up the key too. That is some muscle memory action going on right now.
So chessjerk in pretty good shape resource-wise here. Does have the raft tracker, if you can update that. Uh-oh, moment of truth for, oh my goodness. There's our first question for the racers in the interview. chessjerk gives up the valuable heart. You hate to see it.
Figured he didn't want to be on diet bombs, but he has enough for a bomb upgrade. I think I would have probably sacrificed the bomb. And this is a hot take on it.
Yeah, it was the right play. Sometimes you just can't live up to the meme, and this was one of those moments.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are pros, though. I'm just a little low casual that would get roasted on an open fire. You guys would roast my chestnuts in a rookie rumble. So, but I have no problem because I've got too much money to blow. And usually in either 6 or 7, there's that bomb vendor. So I would just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, it's in 5 or 7. You know what, Krista? Just while you were talking, I kind of talked myself into your decision as well. You have 254 rupees. You're likely going to find that bomb upgrade. in one of those dungeons. So who knows? We'll see. But yeah, well, if he goes to pull mags and find out is short, well, there you go.
You know, you have money. I'd rather spend it, get stuff, rather than the muggers, because there's still some muggers out there in the wild. And who knows? It could be, you know, $99 for 4 bums, which would be absolutely amazing. Now, Cheshire could have a controversial kind of play and get Blue Ring for $250. But
yeah, probably not. I mean, again, you want those arrows.
Yeah.
Arrows are your weapon here. But yeah, I agree. It's money's a bird in your hole in your pocket. It's like leaving tight ends at the end of a half or a football game. You don't get to carry them over, so we should see.
It's a pretty decent size 8. So the one good thing is if 7 is just as big, I would say 9 might be manageable and not a big old brick with no empty spaces. Because that's a big 8.
Oh, I'd say in the world of 8s, you're going to expect around that size. You don't always expect the 2-room segment holding the Triforce. So we'll see with 2 items, well, 1 heart and another item, CJ elects to go back in and does not. I agree with that decision.
Yeah, because there are smaller dungeons you can dig. And most importantly, you got to speed run getting a 9. I mean, that's the most important thing. Finding out how many Doritos. Because imagine, you know, you get to everything.
Yeah, gonna find 7 here, and I would expect to see another potential try and go. You know, the area that neither runner has been at, and with a lot of dungeons outstanding, is Death Mountain. So my guess is the runner's got to get up there, because you could have a couple of dungeons sitting up on the mountain, and that could really break this game open. And that might be for where level 9 is as well, as we do find level 3 on Death Mountain. So there you go. There's one of the missing pieces to the puzzle. Oh, we gotta look at those ink blots, because that's 7 and 8. You can almost see where they slide together.
It looks like a zombie that's falling apart. You know, it's going woo, woo, and like little pieces of them are trailing behind. There you go. And that, okay, for 3, we found the Triforce immediately. But with silvers or book being out there, still might want to see it, you know, through to the end.
Yeah, looking at this 7, and it looks like it could play fairly linear. Chester could dig this out a little bit more for the item. It's the 7s that are a big block and it never seems like any wall's bomb that you want to bomb. This one could play out well, and we do get the bomb upgrade, and CJ doesn't hesitate, up to 11 plus 3.
Is better than nothing. And there we go, doing exactly what I was gonna say. You take the bomb upgrade, definitely spend that cash. Aquamenta's guarding. I am having one of those mornings. Guarding $5. But you know what? I would kill Aquamentus just to get the $5. Just because I can. You know, Mako?
I was gonna say that would be.
Yeah, this.
I don't know that any runner in the tournament would do that, Chris. But you know what? I'd love to see it.
Yes, you know, when I play, I murderize everything, because you know, even when I play Z3, it is basically me killing everything for money, and I end up with about $2,000+ at the end of the seed. And heck yes. I will kill Aquamentus for 5 bullets in the bow. Yes, yes. violence. You know, you feel like you wake up and you choose peace, while I wake up and choose violence.
Oh. Oh, sorry, I thought I saw a jumpy jump as chessjerk was going into that cave. It was not a dungeon. Gonna finally get up to Vanilla 6. Had an unfortunate death here earlier in the game.
Yeah.
And that
Those-
is not a level either. And now they cooperate for him. And it's going to be heading into level 6.
Yes. Oh, baby. Here we go.
Rywek drinks a potion as we've got Wizzies in level 3. And there is going to be our staircase item in 3, and it is the heart container.
Yep. Those are only $27, so we'll be just fine.
Rywek out of 3. I didn't see, was the other item a heart container as well? Up to 10 hearts, which would make minimum mags eligible. Okay, it was the heart container. I see our tracker has updated it. It's tracker being Alsoa pushing all the buttons here today.
Oh man, restreamer, tracker, commentator. Alsoa is just a jack of all Oh man, I can't.
Apparently a good pizza
jack
maker. I was reading Discord this morning. Looked fantastic.
Oh, I gotta make some. And Rywek is catching. You know, those Lionels were like, we're outside, so we can no longer say catch me outside because we outside, and they thumped him hard. So Rywek is on diet life right now, but enters 3, so that way we can get the 3 heart refill. And what do you think of the shape of 6, Mako? I'm gonna say it's a mini tank.
Yeah, sorry, I got a little coughing fit there. It's cactus.
You think it's a cat? I think it's a little mini tank from Super Mario 3. You know, it's got its little pew pew gun ready to shoot something at poor Mario, and I approve of it. I approve of it.
Yeah, and chessjerk doing a little digging here, trying to find that item before just beelining it to the Triforce. Gonna get kicked out of that room with the Wizrobes. Goes ahead and picks up the free key, and here we go with a potential. And it's transport.
Level 9. And it's second quest area, so it's 6 Doritos to get into Casa de Bowser. Oh my god. No, Casa de Bacon. I am telling you. I guess I have to do Mario comes later.
Well,
and then
CJ's
I'm calling Bowser Ganon.
All right, so things are starting to open up here. Rywek is heading into level 2, and chessjerk is going to find that level 9 location here shortly after completing this dig of 6. And he'll get that knowledge and, you know, kind of factor that into how you go. So single block in 2 is not going to be a drop, but this could be a segmented dungeon.
Okay. Moment of truth time. As you mentioned, segmented 2. All right, we
Yeah,
gotta beat the ropes.
I wouldn't be surprised CJ just gets out of this. Well, gonna take a little bit more. Does have the 2 potions, but yeah, this enemy set in 6 is trash. That right there might be the final straw to grab the try and go.
Floor heart and 2 for Rywek.
And Dig Dogger not doing a good job protecting that Triforce. So we're gonna hear Dig Dogger continue to roar until chessjerk goes into another cave.
A Triforce room has been found. We're gonna burn that key and see what the item is gonna be into.
Yeah, unfortunately for Rywek not getting back into that level 8, I don't disagree with the play. Very popular to kind of save an 8 because of the size, but does not have that any key.
Rywek
And
is keeping a healthy amount of keys, which is good for right now. And imagine this having the item. This is awful.
yeah, it's it's really just a time suck is what it is. And chessjerk likely finding out now that he is segmented. Here we go, kill all the likes.
Did Rywek get the item? Because that was a bomb drop there. We must have missed a room somewhere.
I think it's down in this bottom section here of 2, these last 4 rooms. There's the heart.
We're gonna use some bomb traps.
Yeah. Wow, you're getting all the globals there.
Heck yeah.
And was that something on the floor there that he just grabbed out of 2? I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
Silver arrows. Okay, yeah, it was just happened so quickly. So this is gonna really speed chessjerk up because it's essentially gonna be in go mode and heading to 9. Well, has not found 9 yet, but likely will be working his way around Death Mountain and will find 9 because you have all pieces of the puzzle at this point, unless there's a potential Dig Dogger block. And yeah, go mode for Rywek as well. The only different, again, comparing, Rywek still has several Triforces, 2 more Triforces that he needs. Yeah, good point in chat. CJ's gonna find level 3 before 9 and no reason to go in.
We're gonna speedrun going back to 9 in just a little bit.
Yeah, no recorder to get into 9, but there could be some Dig Doggers blocking a shutter door or a push block. And it happens, it seems like more often than you would want it to happen, and it makes Jess Andy happy when it does, but it makes most of the rest of us unhappy.
Oh, the tutor needs love too. You leave that tutor alone. Dig Dogger's out there. Alright, we're gonna see the max grab. Oh no! That's
oh, you
awful.
hate to see it. You hate to see it with 12 hearts. So yeah, it's just a matter now when chessjerk's going to work his way around, heading west as you would expect, and about 5 or 6 screens, and should find that level 9. And Rywek, 1 more Triforce required.
Yep.
But heading back toward 9, unless we missed, no, he hasn't gotten a Triforce and 5. We haven't found 5. Oh, it's still 6. Okay, so here we go, folks. We are going to see our first runner get past that elderly gentleman at the beginning of 9. It is CJ. We are, of course, looking for Ganon, and we are looking for the princess. And once you put down Ganon, there will be a shutter door that will open and lead you to Zelda. Find a shutter door that does not open upon completing a room. Oh, there's the meat. Go ahead and get that out of your inventory. There you go. Is it required? Not likely, no.
We must believe that it is required. That will be my headcanon for this game. Required meat block in 9. Yes.
Yeah, and you know, we do have the Wizrobes again making an appearance in 9.
Chat, do not ruin the beautiful vision I have in my head with facts. You know, let me live in my delusion for once, you know, that the meat was actually needed and loved. Well, yeah, Mako, we need to talk about having a boomerang block. Imagine.
You're going to talk to Mr. Coughlin about that.
Yeah, creating a switch that you can only hit with the boomerang. That would show the boomerang supremacy.
That did come up recently in features and suggestions of whether or not you would require... Oh, and we hear a roar. See any of these walls? Okay. As whether or not you could change the item, like that replaces the silver arrows and killing Ganon. Like, hey, you put down Ganon, he's brown, you need the boomerang to finish him off instead of the silvers. That would be an interesting twist to the game.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And Ganon is in his home. So what you technically, you know, CJ got in there already. But what you technically need to look for in 9 is our Bacon Overlord's roar, as well as a shutter door that won't open until you've taken out our Bacon Overlord. And that is a stun of all stuns. So we're going to see red in just a second. Get 1/2 of GG's out. We've done one part for CJ.
And we got 2 shutters here. Oh, and there she is. Folks, get your GG's in chat for your race winner, chessjerk, with an official racetime.gg time of 56 minutes and 25 seconds.
That is a beautiful time right there. And you love it to see it, Mako. Sub 1 hour is always a good feeling.
Yeah, it took a little while to get the seed going, but made great work of it. And joining us in the broadcast booth is your race winner, chessjerk. GTs.
Thank you very much. How are you doing this morning?
I'm a bit crestfallen of seeing you give up that heart to the mugger. I'm just going to come right out and start with it.
I almost insta-forfeited when I did that, because, I mean, it is what it is, but I was not ready to give up my bomb capacity either, so it was the better of 2 options? Not really, I don't know. It's tough. It's never rupees. Why is it never rupees when I have all the money in the world? It's never rupees.
Oh, we had fun with it, knowing the meme and whatnot, but what are your thoughts on the seed?
I mean, you know, combat upgrades are nice once in a while, but I mean, I guess you just go for, you know, bow and arrows is good enough for a while. Finding the candle on the floor after seeing the incredibly expensive candle and not any money, that was nice. And finding that, I remember there was possibly an item in the first room into 8. I thought, okay, I should get that as soon as possible. It was the Any key, and that was nice. But yeah, where's the wand, the recorder, the red ring? I don't know. I don't know where any of that stuff is. So who knows?
Where's level 5? We
Where's level
don't
5?
know. Yeah.
Probably recorder blocked. I mean, I still got a bunch of spots left. I got half of Death Mountain and recorder spots. So there's a lot of places level 5 could be. I just never got to it.
Yeah, and we do see that Rywek threw in the white tile. A heck of a close race, and get your GGs in for Rywek as well.
Yes,
See if they're
GG's to
able to
Rywek as well.
join us in
Indeed.
the booth or not. I mean, the seed started off a bit slow for both you guys, and well, you give Gurias and you have Lionels on the overworld, it's going to happen. I think both of you died on vanilla level 6 green going up there at one point. So it's a bit trolly when the seed throws the projectile enemies your way. But once you got that red candle again was, I said it in during the race, one of the best things you could have had, because you didn't need to worry about money and trying to go get that 79 rupee red candle. And oh, here's a ladder for you as well at level 1. So
Yeah.
very great for you.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely at least 3 of my 4 deaths were overworld related, and I felt really bad. All of them were really bad deaths, and I was thinking I could have had, when I found the ladder, I'm like, this isn't good, because I could have had the sword go into 1 the first time and could have had this 10 minutes earlier, but I don't know. But it definitely, it's so tough. I mean, I kind of regretted not picking up the boomerang, to be honest. Just, if nothing else, just to stun enemies and get them out of my way. That would have been, I think, a good time to get the boomerang. But
Well, there you go, Krista. You want to chime in there on your boomerang thoughts?
I'm so sorry, Krista.
Good man, my heart was breaking in two. It was like I don't know how much more this betrayal I can handle. You turned me into Polly Walnuts from The Sopranos,
I mean,
and I don't have the makings of a varsity athlete,
Yep. I even took 2 steps out of my way to avoid picking up the second time. I mean, that's the disrespect I hate to see people do to the heart. So I cannot begin to apologize enough.
Yes, it is okay. Because next time, I'm gonna give you an offer you can't refuse, and roll the next CJ seed.
Oh no! And there'll be 2 boomerangs in the overworld somehow. We'll make it happen for sure.
Yes. I wholeheartedly hope for early boomy, because early banana is actually not a bad thing, because it can stun the enemies, and you did have a lot of Lionels. Lionel's just chilling right there, just shooting you while you come down the stairs, like hippity hoppity, your life is my property. And we felt so bad for you a couple of times, CJ, because there's nothing you can do but tank it.
Yeah,
or die.
I mean, especially when the overworld is hard enemies, but all stunnable by the boomerang. I think the boomerang would have shown really well in this overworld. So, regrets. All the regrets.
That's not a problem, but you will be moving on up in the brackets, and we love to see that. I know that you are gonna emerge triumphant. And Mako, do you know who CJ is gonna get in the brackets?
I do.
DJ knows. There you go.
I believe it's Dig Shake if I checked correctly.
It is. So, Dig Shake, the number 53 seed, not that the seed numbers matter so much in this tournament.
As we've seen this first week, seed numbers are numbers that don't matter.
Yeah.
No, because everybody's so good, man.
You know it.
Yeah, Dig Shake took out Brewers fan JP. So, chessjerk and Dig Shake in round 2 should be a good one.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I have never faced Dig Shake head to head, so should be interesting.
It should be. I actually did commentaries for the match between Dig Shake and JP, and we stuck through it the whole time. And that's a VOD that you gotta watch, because Dig Shake sub-houred that one too. So you have somebody who's capable of sub-houring very easily. And we know you can do it. So that this will be a match to watch. Definitely.
You know it. Absolutely.
And we
Wow,
do
and-
have Rywek in chat. GG's to you, Rywek. And never doubt yourself. You are an excellent player. I've been knowing you since Z3, my friend. We go way back. And I believe in you wholeheartedly that you can succeed in everything that you do. Yeah, that Mako, Rywek and he's been knowing me for at least
That
close
goes back
to
a
10
while, I'm
years.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, at least 8 to 10 years easy.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
I believe in
Rywek did everything right in this seat. I mean, was about to go into 9 at about 56, 57 minutes. And so, yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of in that at all. Again, could have gone either way here for quite a while. And quite honestly, I would say if that red candle was not in 1, CJ, that could have spun it a little bit, because now you got to go back and potentially get that blue candle, and Rywek already had it. So, yeah, it was a fun one to watch. And if people are looking for more to watch, there is one final race in the high roll bracket. And good news for all of you in chat, it is kicking off in 45 minutes right here on SpeedGaming. So go ahead and fill up on your beverage of choice, as we will see CD Improv and all her cookies facing Tom J. So stick around. That should be a really fun one to watch. Sorry, CD, you are getting the plug.
Let me sign up. Let me sign up for those comms, because CD is gonna need the buck meow of the Cadbury bunny on her side, and we know that this is gonna be amazing. And I hope against hope, that we see CD's favorite mode, which is 5.
If I do have to say, Krista, I have enjoyed your comms this week, just as a special shout out. Just to listen to the crazy stuff that you've said in this past week or so, it's been a delight. So thank you for doing the comms that you do. I mean, no shame to Mako either, but I mean, you've both done a great job.
Oh, Mako is absolutely amazing. I hope that I will be honored and blessed to do comms with Mako again, because Mako understands me on an existential level, which takes a lot to do, mind you, with the chaos.
Mako, I'm so sorry.
I watched my VOD back from my race the other night, and I just kept laughing out loud because I'm like, Krista, what are you talking about? You were making me. I'm laughing now thinking about it. Yeah, you bring a different twist to comms, and that's honestly what I enjoy. You've got everybody has their own spin on things, and yours is very unique in a good way. So I enjoyed sharing the broadcast booth with you, and anybody else looking for some more Z1R action, we've got the low roll bracket. A best of 3, which will be game 1 at 9 o'clock Eastern this evening between Kennedy J and Late Bit. So that should be a real good one as well. And unless anything else gets added to the schedule, the final match of the day is at 11:59. So let's go ahead and call it midnight between Shaddy and Ugandis.
It says 11:59. That is not midnight. Just saying. It might not start till midnight. Who knows?
What time does the 23:59 race?
7 p.m. Obviously,
yeah.
Yes.
So, any final thoughts, DJ?
No. I think I've said all I can. But thank you to both for the comms, and looks like Also was tracking. Thank you all very much. I'm sure you did a brilliant job, and see you all on the next race. Thank you very much.
Care, CJ. My last words is, please look at Rywek right now. This is the beloved cat that I love and support wholeheartedly. He has he has the cutest kitty, I swear, Mako. You will want to adopt Rywek's kitty. My French is horrible, but I can say, bonsoir, mon ami, to the cat, and it would understand. And, oh, baby. But to everybody who has joined us in chat. Please give both of our runners a big fat follow because they are amazing at what they do. Also, make sure you are following Mako because Mako knows how to bring it to you harder than X could ever give it to you. I am Krista Joy, and I am totally out of this. Thank you to our Speed Gaming restreamers and to Alsoa for being the best clickety clacker ever. Take care, everyone.
And thank you, Krista. It was a real pleasure. And yeah, I don't control how long this stream stays on, but the next race again in about 40 minutes. I would be content to just leave Rywek's stream up here until that race starts. Big Cat fan myself. Mine was down here, and before we had a tracker, I thought he could hop on the tracker, but of course does not have thumbs. It would have been difficult. So thanks, everybody, and thank you, Krista, and thank you, Alsoa, and GG's chessjerk, and Rywek. We'll see you all again soon.